Summer has arrived early this year, bringing a bounty to the manufacturers of cooling appliances after 2 washout years due to the pandemic. The segment, which includes air conditioners, refrigerators, chest freezers, and air coolers, saw a decline of 35 to 40% in 2020. While sales marginally increased the following year, the industry was hit by the second and third waves of the pandemic, with the more severe second wave coinciding with the summer business season that year. This year, sales figures of air conditioners and refrigerators hit the roof, led by pent-up demand and a hotter than usual summer across the country. India witnessed the hottest March in its recorded history of 122 years since 1901. The India Meteorological Department has predicted that heatwave conditions will continue over the next 5 days in central and northern India.
After 2 years of gap, we have a clear visibility of the full summer. But after the March 10th, I think suddenly the market has picked up. Even the temperatures have gone up. So which has resulted in probably a sudden spurt in the demand. So we all of us had to really rush back and then increase our production capability. And then we had to take care of our installations in the consumer place also. So we had to really rush and push our entire service infrastructure to ensure those things are taken care. Our expectation is over 2020, we should do almost about 50% growth overall. My saying would be, if the same situation continues for another 30 days, I think most of the brands will run out of the inventory for sure. I mean, we never anticipated this kind of a demand to crop up. Probably we said, okay, it will be a good summer, but the way things are going, probably if I look at the March and the probably April 5 days, which we are seeing, I think it's unprecedented. The temperature is so, high. Probably the consumers, most of them, one point I would rather put it very boldly is, I don't think so today AC is a luxury commodity. It's become a necessity for the people. So I think that will drive the demand.
Kamal Nandi, business head and executive vice president at Godrej Appliances, says a shift to hybrid working and the expectation that schools and colleges could take up online classes occasionally is driving up demand. Consumers setting up home offices will require air conditioners to beat the heat. Despite a host of factors helping sales, manufacturers are experiencing supply chain disruptions because of escalating lockdowns in China. With supply under threat, companies in India could struggle to meet the resurgent demand beyond a point. 23 Chinese cities, including Shanghai, are under total or partial lockdown, affecting an estimated 193 million people in regions, accounting for 22% of its GDP, according to Nomura.
Demand has picked up. March, we saw demand picked up across all cooling categories, which is refrigerators, air conditioners, chest freezers. And our expectation is that this will continue. March itself have registered growth over 2019 March by about good 12 to 15%. And we expect even April and May to be very good because of one, pent-up demand of the last 2 summers. And the second is, of course, your scorching heat across the country. So we as a brand are prepared for it. We have anticipated this and we have planned our production and inventory accordingly. But I foresee a short supply. The challenge that many brands will face is on the component supply from China. If I take refrigerators, there are many brands who are going to import from China the compressor. If I see air conditioner, about 50% of components are still getting imported from China. Between the two categories, I see there could be higher supply chain disruption in air conditioners. The short supply, because of this supply chain disruption, you will only start seeing possibly happening in the month of May, or later half of April.
Consumer durable companies are also battling rising commodity costs. They are gearing up for a second price hike of this year in April after effecting 3 price increases in 2021. Any disruption in component supply on top of this is the last thing the industry would want in their first full summer of business after 2 years.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.